it's possible that that man could be a bigger jerk than Keith?
No.
Thank you for what you said. I couldn't believe it when he turned around in that chair. He looked just like Zach. I was speechless for once.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Anyway, you're right. We are going to wipe the courtroom floor with him.
So you're not having any second thoughts about turning down assistant DA?
Are you kidding? I wouldn't last with that man for 2 minutes. Can you imagine working with a man with that kind of a ego?
My ego is only slightly smaller, but I'm not that difficult to work with. At least not impossible.
I'm wondering if I'm stepping out of one nightmare into another one.
What do you mean? I thought you had decided to give the partnership a try.
We haven't even gotten through the doors yet, and we're on opposite sides of the same case.
Well, if you're referring to Gina, yeah, we have reached a stalemate.
All right, let me ask you something. How do you think your father's going to feel when you pull the rug out from under him?
Well, I don't see that my father has to know.
You're not going to do this again, are you? Going back to all the deception and all the lies with your father? You've been good for a couple of days.
My intentions have nothing to do with my father, Julia, except in the way he's indirectly affected by my attempt to protect Brandon.
Indirectly? I'd say there's nothing indirect about it. You might as well slap him across the face.
I'm just trying to protect Brandon from the same fate I suffered.
All right. We're getting off the subject. The real bottom line here is that we're giving in to Gina's blackmail.
You seem to conveniently forget that the whole reason I'm going through this is to free myself so that I can marry you.
Well, we've waited this long. We might as well wait a little longer.
You were so desperate before.
Maybe I was a little desperate, but not desperate enough to give in to Gina's demands. I walked out of a job that I loved because I allowed the end to justify the means. It won't happen again.
Do you know how attractive you are when you're angry?
None of this isn't going to work. Trying to seduce me.
Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah. That's what you're doing. And it's not going to work because I'm not going to give in. Just because we fight doesn't mean that we're going to make love. I'm not giving in. Not yet. Now. No.
I couldn't agree more.
What was I going to say?
An ode to a wonderful evening, to candlelight as an aphrodisiac.
All of the above?
Don't let me stop you.
Not long ago, a night like this would have seemed inconceivable.
Me too. I can't figure out how they managed to blacken the redfish without power.
That isn't even close to what I couldn't conceive of.
Come to think of it, it did look more like slightly grayed redfish.
All right. Enough with the redfish.
Did you really think I'd never be part of your life again?
Part of me did. Thank God for a tiny corner that didn't. Maybe it was Samantha. And maybe it was because I love you so much. Or maybe it was both.
Well, Gina and Sonny are gone for good, and that's all that matters.
1 out of 2 ain't bad.
If you're talking about the annulment...
I'm talking about how we're going to get to the annulment.
Look at your scorecard. We're on the same side.
Oh, that's news to me.
We both want to get married, right? Quickest way to do that is to get the annulment. The easiest way to get the annulment is to keep Cece away from Brandon.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about this tonight. I don't want to spoil the evening.
I couldn't agree with you more. Or more. More.
I got an idea.
Perfect.
Will you quit assuming that you know what I'm going to say every 2 seconds?
That's a lousy idea.
I think you're going to like it.
Oh, am I? Try me.
How do you feel about us leaving this place right now and heading for the nearest motel and then, well...
I love it, but not tonight.
You got a better idea?
Let's just say I've become a firm believer in business before pleasure. Thank the Lord for generators. I don't know why I bothered. With a blindfold, you can't see anything in here anyway.
In where?
Not how I envisioned the unveiling. Well, maybe we'll get lucky. Don't go anywhere.
Don't worry.
Aha! Let there be light. I guess the power came on while we were driving over here.
I'll take your word for it, because I can't see a thing.
That's the idea. Are you ready?
I sincerely doubt it.
No last word?
Just spin me around 3 times and watch your backside and front side. I like them both.
Voila. Behold, the halls of justice.
Oh, I like this.
The new offices of Capwell and Capwell. Or Capwell and Capwell, if you prefer. I'm not picky about the billing.
That's classy.
Not a bad place to spend 9 to 5. What have we here? Good gracious. His and her matching offices. Mine's over here.
Yours is bigger.
By several inches. I measured myself. You want to switch?
No, I'll let you make it up to me with other perks.
You pleased?
I'm more than pleased. Oh, that's good. The receptionist desk is in the perfect place, right equally in between our offices. She can also serve as a referee for the rare occasion of us taking opposing sides to the same case.
She'll have to have all the basic skills, typing, dictation, martial arts.
Champagne. Oh.
Yes, that's all for you.
Well, in this case, I think that this office should be used for something other than work and arguments.
Well, we hardly need an office for that. Maybe a boxing ring would be more appropriate, or a pit filled with mud. You know, they actually have women who take
I know
off all their...
about how you feel about the mud wrestlers. Do you mind if I take a moment and say something profoundly moving?
I was hoping one of us would.
This office is symbolic of equal partnership and friendship in all areas of our lives. Our love, our child, and as public defenders.
I can't think of a better union of business and pleasure.
I can't. Here's to the pleasure of business with you! Woo!
You realize that 62 silver label?
Perfect to christen this office with.
Actually, I had an equally Vesuvian method of christening mine.
Objection. The case dismissed, unless, of course, the prosecution would like to adjourn this to a more appropriate site, perhaps the couch in his office.
A change of venue at this late date?
If it please the court, a counsel for the defense respectfully suggests that this hard glass desktop is cold.
Objection overruled.
Sustained. Oh. And before this again, I'm going to go check on Mrs. Poppy. I want to check on Samantha. Hi. It's me. Well, good. She did? What? Oh. All right, well, tell him I'll be right there as soon as I get dressed. I mean, I finished typing. Yes. Okay. Bye.
You'll be right where, when?
Cruz called and he needs to see me.
Not as badly as I need you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shoot. There goes our celebration.
Well,
What's so important that it can't wait until morning?
he said that he was upset about something and I have to talk to him. This business thing is a dream come true, really. It is. And so are you. I love you. Listen, have you seen my...
I'll keep the sofa warm. only talking about a taste. Strike couldn't stand champagne, just be proof that he's back where he belongs. Here's to me.
Hello? I'm back. Huh. Mason?